Today you're going to learn how to become the woman of your dreams this year. You're going to learn how to identity shift in just 24 hours. And I know that sounds way too good to be true. You might be like, oh, I'm a nurse, I live in Spain, I love to read, and I'm an introvert. Well, that's who you have been in the past, but who do you want to be now? Just because something's in the past doesn't mean that will be your future. I went from being almost an anorexic girl with cystic acne. I was super awkward, this nerd in school, and I hated myself, to now loving myself. I'm healthy, I'm a full-time YouTuber, and living together with the love of my life and my dream puppy. So today I'm going to share what I did to become my dream woman and what I'm doing this year to further reinvent myself and get even closer to becoming my ultimate dream woman. Make sure to stay until the end of the episode, as number 3 is key. It will really help you in all areas of your life, and I really wish I knew about this sooner because it would have saved me so much time if I'd done this earlier in my life, in my early 20s. Step 1, to become your dream woman, you need to actually define what a dream woman is to you. A mistake that many people do, and I'm guilty of this myself, is listening to what society is saying, your partner, your family. For example, I was born blonde, and I've been doing highlights ever since it turned darker. And the biggest reason for this is because my mom has always, she's been on a constant mission basically to make sure that I have light blonde hair, that I go to the salon and I get my hair highlighted. And when I was in my early 30s, I decided to go back to brown. And she did not like that. And now I have something in between, it's like a biolage. And she's still going on about how beautiful I looked when I had light blonde hair and I should go back to that and she'll pay for it. But yeah, looking back, I can see I was coloring my hair light blonde without thinking about it because I wanted my mom's approval. And when I was younger, I was so sure that I would get a boob job when I'm older. I still remember when we went on a family vacation to Egypt and I wanted to buy a bag, and the shop attendant asked how old I was, and I said I'm 18. And he said, really? I thought you were 12. I have never seen boobs that small. And I was already so self-conscious of my small boobs. So it didn't help to have outside people commenting the same. And this happened in school as well. I remember in a water park as well, some boys were teasing me and then saying, oh no, don't worry, they will grow out. But I knew they wouldn't, I was already an adult. But then I researched and found out that every single silicone implant contains heavy metals. And I'm all about living a toxic-free life as much as possible. So I realized that is not what a dream woman is to me. Now, I have nothing against plastic surgery. You do you, girl. And for you, that might not be important. And you'd rather have bigger boobs and have to deal with the toxic metals. So really think about what is a dream woman to you. Another common trap here is that your partner might tell you to wear certain things or get a certain surgery. Now remember that you are in control of your body. You decide what you feel comfortable with. Don't let another person, even if it is your partner, push you into getting a surgery or wearing something you're not comfortable in. And really visualize, who is the woman of your dreams? What does she look like? How does she carry herself? What are her values, her habits, her lifestyle? And we will use this info later in the episode. Write down your goals and dreams and put them on a vision board. The easiest, I think, is just going to canva.com, create a free account, search for dream board or vision board, and there you can literally drag and drop photos of what your goals look like. For example, if you want to become enlightened, then put in a person meditating with the chakras lit up. Creating a dream board forces you to identify and prioritize your desires, and your subconscious will start to work in the background, helping you get towards your goals. And the universe can only help you if you are very clear on what you want. If you're very scattered, then you will get very scattered results. So you can see the universe as Santa. Santa can only give you what you want if you actually make him a clear list. and then save this image and upload this as your desktop wallpaper, so that every time you open your laptop, which I guess is every day, you get to see this dream board and your subconscious mind gets reminded and starts working on it. Now, out of all these goals and dreams, I want you to choose one professional goal and one personal goal, which will be your biggest focus for the year. You want it to be something so difficult to achieve, like you don't even know how to achieve it, and it terrifies you and makes you excited at the same time. That's how you know you've picked the right one. And you don't actually have to worry about how to achieve it, because the universe will help you. You will be presented with opportunities. All you have to do is stay open and say yes to them. My goals for this year is I want to win the YouTube award. I have actually never won an award. I've only gotten like participation award for like attending a fun run and things like that. So that's my professional goal. And then my personal goal this year is I want to learn calisthenics. So I want to be able to do a pull-up and a push-up. Now, I have wanted to be able to do this for years, but because I've never made it clear to myself that this is what I'm focusing on, I have not been able to do a single push-up. I have been doing a little bit of running, a little bit of aerobics, a little bit of strength training. So this year I'm lasering in on calisthenics so I can finally do my first pull-up and push-up. Now write these goals in the present form. So for example, if your goal is to learn ice skating this year, you say, I am so grateful that I can ice skate. And now again, go to Canva and pick a phone screen background and put in these affirmations there, and also some pictures that helps you visualize it. Or if the goals are more private, you don't want people accidentally seeing it on your phone, then you can just write it on a card and have it in your wallet, for example, so you're reminded of it every day. Step 2, take inspired action towards becoming the woman of your dreams. Bob Proctor, who was one of the greatest manifestation gurus of all time, he said something that has really stuck with me, and that is that you don't work on becoming your dream self, you decide in the moment, because all there is the present. So for example, my goal has always been to be purely plant-based, but when my boyfriend says, do you want some eggs or do you want to try my bacon, I sometimes cave in and have a little bit because it tastes so delicious. Or when I go back home to Sweden to meet my family and they have the smoked salmon out on the Christmas table, then I would often have some, and I would just say, well, in the future I will be plant-based. But I just kept postponing it further and further, so it's always like, oh no, future Julia will be strictly plant-based. So I realized, no, I need to stop making excuses, stop saying today is the last day, and be that person now. Be your dream woman now. It's a decision you take in the moment. And the easiest way to do this is to create habits and literally schedule them into your calendar. So for example, with the calisthenics, I have bought a pull-up bar now, and I have scheduled into my Google Calendar 3 times a week I'm doing calisthenics. Step 3, to become your dream woman, you need a radical self-love. And this really is the biggest secret, because it will spill into every area of your life and make it gold. I didn't truly love myself until I was in my mid-20s. And I never understood why I could never hold a relationship. I would always just be like hovering in the gray zones, just being a situationship, not really a long-term relationship. And I didn't understand why. I almost started to think that I am unlovable and I am destined to the life of a cat lady. Which doesn't sound too bad because I love cats, but still, like, I didn't understand what was missing. But looking back, I had such desperate energy because I would lower my standards and throw out my values out of the door to please a man because I didn't want him to leave me. And when you have a desperate energy, the other person can sense that and they pull away. But when I met my spouse, who I've been together with for almost 6 years now, I loved myself and I wasn't desperate for a relationship. And he's told me that I came across as very confident and he loved that about me. And on day 2 of meeting him, he asked me if I wanted to be his boyfriend. And I was absolutely shocked. Loving myself is all it took. None of these games, playing hard to get that you read in books, texting the right way, like none of that mattered. Loving yourself will also spill into your health because you will choose food and exercise that will actually nourish your body. And also in your career. So when I got my first job, it was in the betting industry. And looking back, like that wasn't soul aligned at all. And it was in an open plan office, which is so hard for me as an empath because I just absorb everybody's energies. So I realized, no, I gotta work for myself. I need to be my own boss. And location freedom is important to me. It needs to be something soul nourishing, which is why I became a YouTuber. If you want to learn how to find your purpose, then I have a free guide in the description. Now write down your limiting beliefs on pieces of paper. And I don't care how you get rid of it, whether you burn it, you shred it in a shredder, you flush down the toilet. This is no longer you. This is no longer your self-identity because you choose to. And write down what the new you is. And say it out loud, and then dance like the dream woman you are. How would she dance? You are beautiful. You are literally God's creation. And it would be so boring if we all looked the same. And I've noticed with the rise of plastic surgery, fillers, etc., people are starting to look the same. And you don't stand out looking like everybody else. So celebrate what makes you unique and go fearlessly after your goals and dreams. I'd love to hear in the comments, what is your new self-identity? Let's inspire each other. Love you so much and see you in the next episode.